I want to make something clear. Every time when I am talking about illegal foreigners in this country, and because the word illegal equals criminal, South Africa is a crime scene at the behest of our government. And some of our government officials are saying, let's document them. How do you document illegality? Because the only way you can document an illegality is throwing them in prison. But no, not in South Africa. And also, one has also noticed that whenever a South African fights for their country, even our own people that we have voted for have the audacity to call us names. All I am going to say is 5 years for an ordinary South African is a long time. But 5 years for a politician is just a blink of an eye. Siotolana with ballot paper. And don't come and start singing a different song about Abahambe. That is not going to happen. So I was in the Gautrain, I think a few days ago. And then I was approached by this lady. And this lady was like, I watch your videos. But one thing that hurts my feeling, because in my household, and I know what you're going to think, I've been having a Zimbabwean working for me for X number of years. This individual brought up my children. And whenever I hear you sit and you talk about them like that, it hurts me because she's a part of my family. And then I looked at her and I said, I think you are misunderstanding me. I think you are emotionally listening to my videos instead of applying your intelligence. If your Zimbabwean maid, domestic worker, whatever you call her, is legally in the country, clearly when I am speaking about this topic, she's excluded. Because I don't understand why people seem to leave out the part where we emphatically say illegal. Now we have to speak to you like you are children. Illegal. Those are 3 syllables. If you are here legally, whatever I say, it does not affect you because you are warmly welcomed. That means you are contributing to the economy of this country and possibly other ways as well. So why you get chest pains, unless your housemaid is illegally here. Which one is it? She's like, yeah, it doesn't matter. No, it does matter. It does matter. So, of course, I took it that the domestic worker is illegally in the country. Illegally in the country. And I told her that I'm merciless when it comes to crime. Just like you, if I had to break into your house and I commit crimes of hurting you, hurting your children, are you going to be forgiving and say, oh, hell, we need to understand? Is that what you expect me? No, you are going to match me with my energy by getting the police and making sure that I am arrested, prosecuted, and convicted. Because it's a crime. Some of these people, because they are illegal and they know very well, if they committed a crime, they are going to disappear. They know that they are going to disappear. One of them, a young Mozambican boy, threatened us and said, one day ngizobulala oyedwa ngibaleke. And he is right. And even if he did not run away, he still remained in South Africa. Which police is going to find him when he's undocumented, illegally here, a criminal? So I think the problem we are having in our country is not necessarily the illegal foreigners. Our problem is our own people right here. Also means they told us straight on our faces, gardener yake yase Zimbabwe, domestic worker yake yase Zimbabwe, foreigner, Malawi, Zambia, wasinimela bonke. And almost he could have just taken out the entire Africa. That is our problem. We are the enablers. And Bonage, when they see that, especially when it comes from influential voices like Usomizi, what do you think happens? What do you think happens? Bathola umdlandla people. We the ones who made submissions on by the 15th of February on our immigration laws. Do you think Somizi submitted anything? Do you think he even knew there were some sort of submissions that needed to be done? And if he did, do you think are in favor of South Africans? I don't know. I wasn't there. But that also goes with other influencers as well as your celebrities. Do you think they made any submissions? And if they did make any submissions, those submissions were in the best interest of South Africa? I doubt that. Highly, highly doubt that. On the 25th of March, yeah, just in a few days, I think somewhere on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, there's a march. They're not speaking about it, also Mizi. They're not promoting it. They're not using their platform to work with South Africans. So do you see about Cholapi, these people? So much so that they would rather make a South African suffer when their IDs are stolen. For example, I'm going to give you an example. You remember the 63 people that were deported from Ireland together with the lady who said she is running away from persecution in South Africa? Gangsters are running after her, and she holds a South African passport with her children, and yet she is a Nigerian. Remember her? Remember they were deported back to South Africa, and we were all up in arms. We wanted answers from the Minister of Home Affairs. It's understandable that we want answers now. Well, it turns out Ireland did inform our Minister of Home Affairs that there are people that are being sent in his direction. They purport to be South African citizens. 10 of them are actually criminals. Like criminals. One of them, and I am going to read a story from the Irish Sun. Booted out. Violent, the person that forces themselves on people. YouTube doesn't like that word. Starts with an R. A 38-year-old who tried to choke women deported from Ireland with 10 criminals as operation targets risks to society. A depraved forcer of himself onto women who tried to choke a woman in her own home has been deported from Ireland. We can reveal Lovemore Dube, 38, who lived in Cork and Limerick, I hope I pronounced that correctly, was one of 10 criminals flown out of the country to South Africa on a charter flight on February 28th. I don't want to read the entire thing because it's going to break your heart, but Lovemore purports to be a South African citizen. Ireland, the Garda, decided to execute an operation. The operation was to go after non-Irish. And then amongst those non-Irish, it identified the lady, this lady right here, and the children. And Irish people literally believed that there were South Africans being persecuted in South Africa. Gangs are after them. No questions asked about their real identity because they hold South African documentation. And because Irish people have some soft love for South Africa and South Africans, so they thought it was their duty to protect this family, not knowing they are criminals. Well, not the kids. Let's leave the kids out of this. The mother is a criminal purporting to be a South African citizen. So now, let's come to South Africa. The identity document she stole, a South African today, is a ghost and been struggling ever since this woman stole her identity. The children, they have to have birth certificates. If these kids were born in South Africa, okay, they were born out of that identity document she stole from a South African. So meaning there's a South African that has been struggling for years to be recognized by the government of this country. That means themselves, they got children. And those children don't have birth certificates. That means those children are not getting SASA. Those children struggle to register to go to school. Those children probably, if they are at the same age as these ones, because one of them is about 18 years old, the other one is about to write matric. Without an identity number, you can't write matric. You need to register with Melus. But also Mizi, they don't care about that. They want you to imagine the celebrities and influencers and other wealthy people in this country, middle class, all of them that hire these people in their homes, they have the audacity to come and call us names, including the women. That woman and her children, which this woman stole her identity. Let's come to Lovemore. The hell is that? A 38-year-old, also purporting to be a South African, went to Ireland and then he starts choking women to force himself onto them in the name of South Africa. In the name of South Africa. Also means they don't care about that. They want us to imagine the celebrities and the influencers that hire them as domestics. They don't care about that. They care about calling us names. Again, there's a South African 38-year-old without an identity because this man stole it. And now, that South African has a criminal record in Ireland. So that means he can never travel to Ireland or probably anywhere else in the world. Because with a criminal record, you want to travel to a certain country, they will want to know your criminal record. And then pops the one in Ireland. That this one is a danger to society, particularly to women. But no, do you think Osomizi they care about that? No, Osomizi they want us to imagine. The celebrities and the influencers, they hire them as domestic and garden boys. They call you names when you say, guys, this is our country. South Africa is a brand. I don't know if these people also means they understand that. South Africa is a brand. The moment you tarnish that brand, who is going to trust it? Who is going to trust it? I mean, I don't know, guys. I do believe that. Lowas Tagata kade was shown with an anecdote. The more you talk about this, I am a South African. That is what I mean. I'm not talking about the illegal foreigners in this video. Forget them. The enablers. Yeah. And how these people enable this is because when you know what we do? Siyaba support also means support lama influencers nama celebrities. Siyoba support. So much so ukuthi babe nomlomo of telling us where to get off when we are fighting for our country. Wena niyaba support. Again, we don't have a sense of boycotting in this country. Yingakho sigitshone emakhanda besichamele also means. But imagine South Africa with and on top of that, when I'm a South Africans, hey, in terms of delivery. Had we been on our own valley from the word go, we would know all the tricks and trades on how to deliver. But no, because you are giving opportunities kwabanye abantu. Senkhohlwe neengoma zethu the struggle. My mother was a kitchen girl, my father was a garden boy. That's why we must imagine. Also means you think back in the day, our restaurants used to serve our patrons on their own. I am a product of a waiter as a student. From Wits, you walk and get Rosebank. Before Rosebank became species on Namhlanje. Used to be a small little